Hello, I am back again. I figured I might as well, curses. Wrong button. I figured today I'm gonna get some of the stuff I've been dilly-dallying on Genshin done. Especially since my cats have been bullying one of the other cats, and she likes to hang out with me while I stream. Alright, mail, what do we got here? We'll see about the survey later. I am surprised that thing didn't aggro on me. Alright. Aw, hey Loki. She's very happy to be given refuge from the bullying. Let's see what I should do here. First off, I think it might be a good idea. Did I even treasure hunt in this area? I must have. Alright, let's see. Go to the event. Yes. Antiquity hunt. Alright, the last one. I'll go ahead and get my dailies out of the way so I don't forget to do them later. Give me the goddamn Godwin quest. I only need it 2 more times.
This view reminds me of another time it snowed. That was a long time ago.
Alright. What am I doing here? Oh, ley line. I could probably do this. We'll be fine.
Be still.
Mm-hmm.
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
There we go. Alright, everything's dead. Time for reading poetry to hilly churls.
Opportunities to bask in the sunlight like this, so...
Okay. Sup? Oh, that wasn't even the daily. Oops. Already killed them, but I guess they'll respawn them. Hey, Loki, where are you going? Bored of the stream already? How is Baiju treating you? Ha ha, very cute. Actually, I think he's been pretty okay. Why do I have no option? Oh, right, I have to talk to her first. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The doctor will see you now.
A bitter pill to swallow. Be still.
Oops. Alright. Alright. 2 done. 2 to go. Just a quick murder situation. Oh, I am not gonna do anything to this mage with Hydro. Here we go.
Be still.
Donk.
The doctor will see you now. That really hurt.
You can't bully Klee.
Jumpy dumpty go. Boing boing boom.
Yeah, how's your shield now?
Cascade.
Alright, 1 left. Yeah, this should be fine. Da-na-na-na. Oh, wrong way. This way? There we go. Wow, he aggroed on me from so far away.
Be still.
Rude.
Boing boing boom.
Enjoy your burning.
Mind the side effects.
There we go. Alright. Daily chores out of the way.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing today's Ad Astra Abbott.
And let's see. Teapot.
This realm.
Yeah. The clam bubbles definitely go hard on him. Oh yeah, I haven't really been paying attention, but I'm sure they are. Alright, landscape. This whole thing where Kaveh gives you materials back when you craft is actually pretty neat. Should be the last one. Okay. It is really annoying that I have to select it for each thing. Oops. Nope. Only in sets of 5. Guess I ran out of that. Let's see. Hi there, Loki. Yep. You want to join the stream? You want to block my view of the computer? Aw, you're so cute. I can't even get mad. Alright, time to sit. There you go. Let's just do this. I have tons of that stuff anyway. One, two, three, four. Oh, I still don't have enough. What did I run out of? Ah, red dye probably. Here we go. This cat is one happy camper. There we go. And... Wonder if I have enough for the next one. Do I? One, two, three, four, five. That should be good. Oops. Helps if I use the right buttons. Alright. Now I can get to the events.
If you ever have...
Ow. Yep. That's cattle. Ooh. Traveling teapot salesman. This way, right?
The one before you is...
Give me the stuff.
Ah.
Alright, nothing. That's fine. Alright. Go to Sumeru. And this will be the good place. Time to get this event knocked out. Oh, have you found all the replicas? Yes, I did. Marvelous! You really do have a knack for this, don't you? Well, this is a gift for you. Thanks for taking part in the event organized by our Darshan. I hope you've been able to enjoy your taste of archaeology, traveler. That said, real-life archaeology tends to be rather dry and labor-intensive work. But the instant you find that key relic, you'll feel as if the struggle was all worth it. And if you fail to dig up anything, well, if you don't find anything, then this is, as they say, a waste of effort. And to be honest, this is actually what happens more often than not. The instances where we do find something important are quite rare indeed. But to work in archaeology is to be used to such circumstances and stay optimistic even so. It would only be a matter of time before we collapsed otherwise. Gotta keep your chin up. Omni Director. What is this that I have received? Where did it go? Baiju is very relatable. He also does after 2 seconds of jogging. Oh, like, You mean how he coughs? And looks like he's about to die? Let's see. It clearly told me that I received something. It's not in the teapot, is it? It is in the teapot. It looks like some kind of intricate compass. Guess it's just a decorative thing. That's fine. I like getting more teapot stuff. And let's see. What's the next item on our agenda? Alright. Oh, nice. I get another one of these thingies. So let's see. I've got all those. Got all those. I just need a little bit more excitement. So, this one's finished. This one's finished. This one's finished. This one's finished. Looks like I have to go to the 2 new ones. Ooh, that looks pretty. I'm excited to try out these new recipes. And some of them are just plain new furniture. Let's take a look at them real quick. There we go. Spiraling Duet. These 2 butterflies are constantly whirling and soaring elegantly within the fixed space that has a beautiful pedestal as its central axis. The interlocking paths they take in flight are so mesmerizing that even close observation will not easily reveal the difference between them and ordinary butterflies. In truth, each of these butterflies is a truly fantastic machine in its own right, the fruits of 2 researchers' well-honed knowledge. These ingenious devices have been combined into a fixed display that combines the unique landscape with static and dynamic aesthetics alike. I'm a big fan. Monthly frustration be gone. Oh, well. Various bottles of alcoholic beverages stored in a wooden basket. Not only can you find local brands from Sumeru, but also various fruit alcohol types imported from Mondstadt, but most of these are rather expensive and do not sell in large numbers. Instead, they often wind up hoarded until they hit their expiration dates, before being packaged and sold at discounts. One can even shave a whole digit off the price this way. Unfortunately, such events do not have fixed dates, and merchants and taverns usually run only one such promotion every month, so you have to watch for when such things might happen. It is said that there is a blonde-haired guest who has managed to catch the discount every time, thus sparking a certain rumor amongst tavern patrons. If you see a blonde-haired customer arriving near the tavern with a basket of wine, it means that the time for discounts has come. Who is that? Who is the blonde-haired person? So we've got you're blonde. He's kind of like a dirty blonde. He's blonde. Traveler's blonde, but nobody lets us drink, so it can't be us. He's blonde, maybe a little bit strawberry blonde. Blonde. He's got white hair.
Benny's adventure team.
Oh, it's Kaveh? I didn't know Kaveh was a heavy drinker. Hey, what is this? I already had Farazan. Okay. And where is this? All the way over here. Da-na-na-na. How did this fall on me? Couldn't we have assigned this task to a more experienced senior student? Hmm? Are you running some event here as well? Oh, traveler, yes. Yes, we are indeed running an event. Well, I say it's an event, but really it's a domain that awaits exploration. Does this domain have anything to do with the gala? Oh, let's not even get into that. I only came to be in charge of this affair because of the gala. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Bahadur, the Spontamod, from Spontamod, and our research lies in the field of alchemy, the elements, and topics like that. So I was assigned this task, but as much as I've thought about it, I couldn't think of a game that our Darshan could run. Putting up a crafting bench to do public alchemical experiments would be too boring, and there's no way we could run some demonstrations of elemental reactions. If something went wrong, the whole site might go up in smoke, and what would we do then? Did you ever end up getting Baizushi 2? No, I don't have Baizushi 2 yet. I was thinking I'll just try to save my Primos until the banner ends, and then I'll probably end up getting another copy of him before it ends. I do have my pity right now, so I'm guaranteed to get him on the next roll. And my pity is at like 45, so honestly, in another 10, 20 rolls, maybe 30 if I'm unlucky, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get him. In the end, I had to ask the Adventurers Guild for help. It was with their aid that I found this domain. Several of my fellow students and I went to investigate. And to be honest, it's an utter mess in there. As such, we developed a few potions specialized for use inside this domain. And, well, that's our Darshan's specialty demonstrated now, eh? So, if you're interested, traveler, take these potions with you and go investigate the domain. I'll mark its location on your map. Could roll as you get gems. That's pretty much my plan. But I like to do 10 pulls. Has anyone other than me taken part? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think we're gonna be the only ones. Quite a few adventurers did come to give this a go. They were quite excited too. But I must say that very few of our fellow students did. Whatever the case may be, you can go in as long as you're interested. The adventurers who tried earlier rated it as being very challenging. Oh. I think you should have the monthly shop refreshed, too. Oh, have I not bought those already? I thought I did, but I can check. Ah, yes. For when you go, I'll have some potions here for you. Stay safe when exploring that domain, alright? Alright. You need to defeat opponents within a time limit during the concocted reaction. Use resilience concoctions to resist a maximum of 2 negative effects. Use enhancing concoctions to obtain a maximum of 2 different buffs. Alright then. So, where's the domain? Maybe if I go to the event page, it'll show me where the domain is? Yes. Go to challenge. Ah, there it is. I knew I'd find it eventually. Same, Baiju.
It's just some chronic problem I have flaring up again. Nothing to worry about.
Hey, Ray. I'm doing alright. How about you? I was thinking about working on my furniture restoration, but then my cat was bullied, so I was like, I'll just do streaming instead, and then she can hang out with me in my room and escape her brother. So I'm just finishing up this event. Gonna get the Primos, Then we'll see how much I've got left to roll. I still haven't gotten Baiju, but I am pretty close to finishing it up. Alright, select Resilience Concoction. Linchpin opponent's HP will be increased by 50%. Sustained Aggression. Linchpin opponent's HP will regenerate by 15% for every normal opponent on the field every 10 seconds. What do you mean, normal opponent? Opposing reinforcements have been deployed. Hilichurl Berserker, Hilichurl Shooter, Pyro Hilichurl Shooter, Cryo Hilichurl Shooter, Dendro Samachurl, and Blazing Axe Metachurl. Normal opponents will take the field. That sounds about right with the cats. Mine are the same. Yeah, I really suspect it's because, apparently it's really common for, like, so cats are typically pretty matriarchal, and, like, the top cat in our house, had a period of time where she had just a bunch of mats in her fur, which I think she was just depressed for a while. And we've taken care of it. We shaved it off. She immediately became much more active because it didn't hurt to be moving around and everything. And, like, I think it's just that she'd been sedentary so long that the other cats are like, you're not the top cat anymore. And it's apparently pretty common for, like, one cat to get older and a little bit weaker, and then for the other cats to, like, pick on them. And she's the same age as her brother, but I don't know. I just feel like he might be picking on her because she's smaller than him and whatnot. Baiju C2 sure is real good. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get there. Like, what do I have now? I've got 3 of them. I'm pretty close. So I'm gonna get 50 more of these Primo Gems. I've already gotten the monthly thing. And I don't know. I'll have a 10 pull soon. And when I have a 10 pull, I'll roll on it. Yeah, I'm at 45 and my 50-50 is guaranteed because I lost to Tainari last time. Alright, start in the hard mode. And, I don't know. Let's just do the HP things. Alright. Oh, wait. These are the 2 that... I'll resist these 2. So that means these are the 2 he's gonna have. Got enough for 10? I don't have enough for 10. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm probably gonna get it. I'm at 45 rolls now, I think. So then, like, pity is gonna be in the 60s, so another 1 or 2 10 pulls, and it's almost guaranteed. Alright, obtain at most 2 positive effects. Pressurizing Vortex. When an active character's attack hits an opponent, a cyclone will be generated at the position hit that will pull nearby opponents in. This effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. That one's pretty nice. I like this crowd control. Lone Warrior. When there are less than 2 opponents near the character's attack will be increased by 75%. And I prefer AoE. When a character's attack hits a linchpin opponent, an extra 2 damage instance will be dealt. This effect can be triggered once every 6 seconds. And when a normal opponent is defeated, a shockwave will be unleashed at their position, dealing damage to opponents nearby. I definitely want the Cyclone one. Have you already gotten your Abyss Primos? Oh no, Ray. I have never done the Abyss. I think Korachun has run Abyss on my account once or twice, but I have pretended that the Abyss doesn't exist since day 1. Let's go with this one. I don't know, I just like that one. We can try this. It's not like my most powerful team, because their talents aren't up yet, but I think I can get by.
Remember, health comes first.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na. Na 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 na. Aha! I can dodge sometimes. Fuck you.
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Be still.
Alright, got him. Woo. What are we doing for now?
Seems like an emergency.
This one. Throw some bombs.
Cascade.
You have so many good characters, it would be a piece of cake for you. Oh, really? Alright, I'll try it out. I haven't been doing it because I'm kind of lazy, but I'll try it out. Then maybe that'll give me enough for a 10 pull.
La la la.
Breaking new ground. Huh. I've been through.
Kaveh is just too easy to interrupt. It's really annoying. Na 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 na. So what is interesting is it looks like this cyclone thing also pulls me in.
Bitter pill to swallow. Cascade. Kamisato Ari. Suiyu.
Alright. The first two floors are really easy. Free 300 primos at least. Alright, I'll try it after I finish this event. Dang, why is this guy's health bar so thick?
Remember, health comes first.
Did I interrupt him? Nice.
Scanning. Watch and learn. Huh. Hyah. Ta. Be still.
Na, 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 na. 1, 2, hit. Na 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 na. You rude jerk. It is harder to dodge that attack in this tiny area.
Attempts back.
I guess they're so thick because I chose to give them all of
Come at me.
the health bonuses.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Protect you with sealing. Sparks and flash.
Alright, let's... 1, 2, charge. 1, 2, charge.
Cascade. Mind the deluge. A bitter pill to swallow. Breaking new ground. I've been through worse.
Come on, buddy.
Scanning. Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side.
Oh, I definitely failed this. Alright, I'll try again with my already built team. Alright. Let's get a different team going. If I can press the right button, I guess. Alright, exit. Switch up the team. I'm just gonna go balls to the wall with my murder team. Okay. Guess it makes sense I couldn't do this very well with 2 unbuilt characters. This time, let's do this. And... Cyclone. And this one's good. Game was trying to trap you in that battle. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I could have done it if there was no time limit. But since 2 of my characters weren't finished building, I just don't think I could do it well. So we're just gonna go the lazy option. Actually, Ayato is still pretty decent. Let's see. Who else should I have? Let's just go this.
Demons is what I do.
Maybe... Ayato and...
Join you for a walk?
Sino, maybe?
Why not?
Ooh, Kazuha might be nice. Maybe I'll do Kazuha instead.
Sounds good.
Kazuha... No, wait. Ayato... Sino.
Ready to do my utmost.
And...
Conquering demons is what I do. Want me to come along?
There we go. This will be fine. These characters are all built.
This is order.
Oh yeah, already making a big difference. I had to whittle that guy down last time.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind.
I will have order. Through me, justice is served. Their penance is due.
Where'd the other guys go? There we go.
Guilty. You stand condemned. Order guide you.
Oh, this is much easier without the health boost.
As one with wind and cloud.
The depths beckon.
Die, robot chicken, die. That was easy. Alright. Let's go for the next one. Large quantities of fungi. Is it hard mode? Good. When there are linchpin opponents on the field, all normal opponents, physical, and all elemental resistance increase by 50. Normal opponents' HP will be increased by 100%. Normal opponents' whirling cryo fungus will be replaced by the linchpin opponent, large cryo slime. And the elemental node in the challenge will apply a cryo buff to nearby opponents at intervals, which will increase their offensive capabilities and durability. This cryo buff can be removed through elemental reactions. I don't want their elemental resistance. And I don't want this. That should be good. As for the 2 bonuses I get, Ayato also just does so much damage. Honestly, yeah, and he's also super easy to use because you just hold down his attack button and you can still dodge too. It's just really good. When a character deals pyro damage to an opponent, all party members' elemental mastery is increased by 50 for 4 seconds, max 5 stacks. I didn't bring pyro, so... When a character takes damage, their attack is increased by 60% for 8 seconds. This effect can occur even when the character is not active. That's nice. Energetic medium, all party members' energy recharge increased by 100%. Obviously, I want that one. Greatly enhances characters' jumping ability. Characters' plunging attacks create a vortex at their position upon hitting opponents, attracting ones that are nearby. This effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. So that would be really good if I had Zhao in this party. I guess I'll do this one then.
This is order.
Goodbye.
Solidify. Be still.
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. I will have order. Stabilize. Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Yeah, my Sino also does really good damage.
Your penance is due.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Kamisato.
Da na 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 na.
Judgment is upon you. Guilty.
And we're good. Alright. Last one. Alright, this one. Each normal opponent on the field will increase the linchpin opponent's physical and all elemental resistance by 15. I definitely don't want that one. Each linchpin opponent's Eremite Scorching Lore Master and Eremite Floral Ring Dancer can unleash their Spirits of Omen immediately when taking the field. So that means they're summons, okay. Opposing reinforcements have been deployed. Eremite Axe Vanguard, Eremite Ravenbeak Halberdier, and Treasure Hoarders, Pyro, Potioneer. Normal opponents will take the field. I don't care about that. Your active character will periodically be inflicted with smoldering flames, causing them to take pyro damage until the inflicted pyro element is removed. Yeah, okay, that one will be good. When a character's HP is higher than 70%, their elemental mastery is increased by 200. Ooh, that's really good when I have Zhongli on the field. All members' healing bonus is increased by 50%. When the character is healed, their attack is increased by 60% for 8 seconds. Nah. All characters' shield strength is increased by 50%. When a character is protected by a shield, a shockwave will be unleashed at the character's position, doing every 2 seconds and deal true damage to nearby elements, or opponents. After a character triggers Quicken, Spread, Aggravate, Burning, Bloom, Hyper Rune, or Burgeon reaction, the character will regain 5 elemental energy. This effect can be triggered once every 3 seconds. Well, I guess we'll do this one then. And we're good. Honestly, I just didn't want to switch my characters out.
Order guide you.
Goodbye.
Stabilize. Lucky today. Mind the deluge.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
with me. Be a good audience, won't you?
This is order.
Goodbye.
Solidified.
As one with wind and cloud. Careful. One with nature. Dance with me.
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due.
Ba-na-na-dun, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Your penance is due.
Alright, we good. And that should be it, yeah? Oh, wait. Alright, I got all this stuff. Probably got a decent amount of new Fremos, even. Yeah, nice. And the last booth I haven't done is the mimetic replication. So let's find where they are. And before we do that, I might actually have enough for a 10 pull right now. We'll see. Oh, almost. I should get it by the next one. This guy. What you got for me, bro? Ah, hello there, traveler. It would seem that you're here to take part in the Wisdom Gala. If it would interest you, would you like to try out the game that we at Emerta have set up? I love that drug. I wonder if I could make that. I saw a tutorial on making rugs the other day. I've been wanting to try it out. And what sort of game would that be? Our Dashan has set up a little game called Mimetic Replication. In this game, I'll introduce you to the behavioral patterns of certain animals. Of course, these patterns have been simplified and generalized to make them easier to understand. What you'll need to do is use the models we have prepared to imitate the actions of the corresponding animals. Would be crazy if you got 2 Baijus in that 10 pull, lol. Ha! Well, we'll see. Let's see, that does sound pretty simple. Precisely, animals have regular behavioral patterns is a statement that is both simple to understand and accept. But behind something so simple lies mysteries that are most deep indeed. However, let's put aside academic observation for the moment and simply enjoy the habitual behaviors of animals in a relaxed manner. Sure. I must switch my party back too, cause I gotta get this friendship under control. Oh, Baiju's up here already. Nice.
Time for a house call.
Okay, so I went Baiju, Ayato, and then I had Kave, and honestly, this also works. But I might as well... Nah, let's keep Sino in the party. I think that's fine. Alright. Was my tone too serious? It's not good. Traveler, are you here to give mimetic replication a try? Yes, I am. Thank you. Alright, in that case, please step over here. Oh, they're so cute. I love them. Alright, let's try the weasel. Rhythm calibration. Oh. Use... Okay, yeah, this is fine. I got it down. I don't need to calibrate it. Alright, so this is like a platformer type game. I gotcha. I don't know why I got up on the table, but you know what? I'm famous. No one's gonna say anything about it. This is gonna be circle and triangle here. Use jump at the right moment and control the weasel model to obtain coins at the appropriate rhythm point. Use leap to reach coins at a higher location. Alright, got it. Bum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum. God damn it. I got distracted. I'm gonna start it over. This group of games were pretty fun unless you play on mobile. Oh no! Oh no, Wisteria. I believe you. Oh man. What was bad about it on mobile? The lag made the fish one impossible. Oof. Alright, I got it. Let's see. Well, I hope I've never met a weasel as smart and swift as this one. But the weasels were fun. Yeah, the weasel's pretty cute. I like the kind of quirky music it's got going on, too. Alright, give me the next critter. The boar. Boar time. I like the boar one the most. Use forward charge at the right moment to cause the shroom boar model to break the obstacle at the appropriate rhythm point. Well, that's easy. Okay, so you have to wait until you're quite close. Good enough. I don't think I care enough to get a perfect score. Okay. Last one. It's time for the ugly fish. I am still disappointed that all of the Sumeru fish are ugly. I guess they kind of have an ugly cute charm, I guess. Use leap from the water at the right moments to control the fish model so that the duration of its jump matches that of the other two fish models. Let's retry this. I don't have the rhythm down. Okay. That one was a bit annoying. I can see how lag would make that really difficult. I think the weasel one was the easiest. Alright. Now then. I should collect my rewards. And the gala is alright. I personally didn't like the fish one at all. Yeah, I didn't like the fish one either. I thought I was doing pretty well with the rhythm, but there were a lot of times that I missed where I was like, I totally got that. What do you mean I missed? Okay. Oh no, I don't actually have enough for one more. Dang. Maybe I'll do it if I find a couple of chests, or if I do like a quest or something. Let's find out. What do I got here? I'll try this one. What's Dory got to say?
Have you decided to buy information from me? Paimon's a little curious about your exclusive information, but we need to hear the price first. If it's too expensive, then forget it. I'll sell it to you at the fixed price of 1 million mora. That's a lot. Never mind 1 million mora can buy lots and lots of tasty food. Wait a second, let me see. Paimon is customer number 1001 for today. The original cost of the information was 1 million mora, but for you the price is now free. Free? Eh? Paimon didn't know such luck exists. Wait, you're not baiting us into spending, are you? Maybe the first sentence is free, but not the next sentence. If you don't want it, fine. Next. Wait. Forget what Paimon said. We'll listen. Dory's exclusive scoop number 1. Do you remember the Diadem of Knowledge? Paimon remembers that only the champion is entitled to wear the diadem. It seems very valuable. Exactly. The diadem that Sachin gave the Academia was a rather expensive antique. Yet, this very diadem, after it was donated to the Academia, was lost by them once before. Eh? Why didn't Paimon hear about this? If everyone knew about this, would my information still be considered exclusive? Of course this information doesn't come from nowhere. I've got witnesses too. There's a young fellow named Kashmir in the suburbs. If you're interested in delving further, you could ask him. The password is that incident from 20 years ago. Alright, let's do this for the last, 45 primos I need. Alright. Hello. Who are you guys? Is there something you need? That incident from 20 years ago. I guess I shouldn't have told anyone. Last time I had too much to drink and blabbered a little too much, and now people are seeking me out. Since you're curious, I guess I'll tell you. I was just 6 years old 20 years ago, so I can't remember clearly what happened at the time. But recently I read the diary I kept when I was a child and vaguely recalled the situation back then. The Inter-Darshan Championship was also held that year. There were 3 rounds, the last of which was outside the city. I begged my mom to take me out to the town to see it, and when she refused, I snuck out. And then? I ended up getting lost outside the city in the middle of nowhere, where no one was around. I grew more and more frightened and began to cry. That's when I saw some strange creatures. I can't remember what they looked like. I only remember how, as a child, I stopped crying at the sight of them. Strange creatures. They must be the Aranara. They took me to the competition. Unfortunately, by the time we got there, it was too late. It was already over. Stern, again and again, I left my phone turned on while playing Genshin. I sometimes do that with my laptop, too. I'll just, get up to, use the restroom or something, and then I'll forget that I left my computer on Genshin, and then I just wandered off, and it just sits there on all day. Just when I was disheartened, I suddenly saw one of those strange creatures slowly dragging a crown along. It was a beautiful crown, shining in the moonlight. I could not help but follow it. I saw the little fellow hide the crown in a hollow tree before disappearing. I wanted to touch the crown, but at the moment, I could hear the distant cries of my mother. It turns out she figured out I was lost and got her neighbors to go looking for me. I never got to touch it. It wasn't until I was older when I saw the Diadem of Knowledge at the Inter-Darshan Championship and realized it was the same thing. Alright, do you remember where that diadem ended up? It's probably in the Avidia Forest, but I've been back a few times and I haven't found anything. No one would believe me even if I told them. Alas, I can't remember it clearly. Perhaps it was a dream I had when I was a child. Well, should we go look for it, Knowing then? Knowing? Yeah, let's look for clues. Up near Dundarvaville, eh? Bum bum bum. Ooh, mine. Bum. Do, 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 do. I don't know why I'm so yawny today. Maybe I just slept too much.
Oh, look at this little R&R house.
There's a hole in the tree. It seems completely empty and there's nothing in it. Eh? Wait, there's a note here. The good Nara taught Ara Kasyapa how to read. Ara Kasyapa must protect the good Nara. What's this supposed to mean?
Oh, that's it? Alright, that's fine. I'll just take a few vegetables.
Well, well, if it isn't Noin and Paimon yet again. I have the latest update on Academia Extravaganza. Would you like to hear it? How much is it? It's free! Isn't Lord Sangma Bay generous? Do you guys remember Sachin? The guy who sponsored the Academia Extravaganza. Paimon heard that the prize money and the Diadem of Knowledge came from him. Bingo! In fact, not long ago, when I was doing business in the desert, I met an old businessman. And guess what I got from him? A dealer's ledger. With it, I can avoid dangerous areas in the desert and go more places. Of course, the most important thing is that the ledger mentions Sachin. It turned out that Sachin has been to the desert to investigate the people's local conditions and customs. He also had cordial exchanges with the traveling merchants in the desert. Much of the task was lost, but this is a first-hand account of the big sponsor behind the Academia Extravaganza. Would you like a look? Okay, let's have a look then.
The sandstorms are raging, the caravan has stalled. We ran into a scholar calling himself Sachin. He said he could sponsor the caravan provided that we... This is a trial of human nature, betrayal, plunder. There was nothing we could do. No one could withstand. If I could do it all over again, I would have never taken that money. Even they wouldn't have had to die, and I wouldn't be living like this, a fate worse than death. People are the most terrifying animals in this world. That's sus.
Eh? This is all hard to understand. Dory, what does all this mean? What does it mean? I'm afraid that if you need it analyzed, it'll cost you an extra million mora. Forget it then. Well, since you're not paying, that'll be all for Dory's special news. But let me give you a hint. There should be someone here who's been to a lot of Academia Extravaganzas. Perhaps you should talk to them.
Alright. Quite far away, is it? Aru Village. Let's see here. Sup, old man?
Alas, seeing these young children, I can't help but reminisce about the past. The Interdarshan Championship has always been a stage for young talent. Unfortunately, not every genius will be successful eventually.
Why do you say that?
Geniuses are mostly stubborn and cold, and find it hard to understand the pain of others. Empathetic people, on the other hand, often fall into self-doubt and depression. People who are not firm can only stand still, while people who are determined but walk down the wrong path refuse to look back.
Well, hello there, Loki. Why don't you sit down?
There's a lot to think about here.
Alright, there should be another person around here somewhere. Ah! This way? There we go. Hello, Loki. That is a happy cat.
Try not to die. For this year's Interdarshan Championship, my favorite has to be Sino. Aside from his skills as the General Mahamatra, looking back at the tournament's history, the Spantamad Darshan has the highest percentage of champions. Interesting. Many people say that the Spantamad Darshan produces many talented people, such as Cyrus, Ruzika, Lisa, Sino. The brighter the talent, the sooner the game will lose its suspense. The most exciting competition was still 20 years ago. At that time, a friend also participated in the game, and I went there to cheer for him. The last round was played in a Vidya forest. In the end, no one dared to approach them. No one knew what was going on in the depths of the forest. Then I heard that the Academia shut down the competition. Later, the Interdarshan Championship removed many of the events in which people fought to the death. Fought to the death? Wow, how intense were these competitions? Discouraging people from being desperate enough to do so. What is your friend like? Let me think. He's honest and kind, but he's also vulnerable and sensitive. Most of all, he cares about us. When we drink together, our time is filled with laughter and cheer. It's just too bad that's all in the past now. Among the friends we drank with, some died, some disappeared, and some now live in seclusion. They say that fate is fickle. Perhaps it's true. Death? I know, Wisteria. That's what I was saying. Like, that sounds intense. And I thought it was already harsh enough that they send them... I wonder how long my mic has been off. I just realized that it was off. Hopefully it wasn't off for very long.
Looks like something did happen 20 years ago, right? Didn't we just tell us to seek him out if we had any questions? Now that we have the time, why don't we ask him?
Alright, let's go for it. Go to the Academia to look for Weechus. This way? Y'all not gonna tell me where this dude is? Guess I'll just go to the Academia main doorway or whatever. Screw that. When I went to university, I wouldn't have armored up and gone after the MBAs. It was off for perhaps 5 seconds. Ah, thanks, Wisteria. That is helpful. I must have just accidentally bumped it. Loki, you're so cute. Where's the best place to drop down? This campus is so gorgeous. Oh, nice. I can go in through the back door. Alright, now I'm looking for some dude named Weechus. Oh, wait. Looks like suspicions aroused. Alright, I need to do this other one first, because one of the characters is taken.
Death and the world around us all follow a set of laws. But if you never test the limits, how can anyone know where the boundaries of these laws are?
Alright. Speaking of which...
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
secret conversation we overheard after the first round ended.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
Finally? Did something happen?
Ah, this is the part where I logged off of Hune's stream to avoid spoilers.
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia Extravaganza? When Candace and I were at the cafe earlier, we might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, they were disguised as tourists here to shop. But no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do dirty work like kidnapping or assassinations.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called Sachin.
Uh-oh.
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned during the opening ceremony? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes and the Diadem of Knowledge, but he hasn't shown himself at all.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. It makes sense now. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently, so a lot of groups have been doing private work that involves the rich. In their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this nets them enough mora to take it easy for a while.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once, so it's likely that they took advantage of the bustle to sneak in. Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but they were on guard and made some excuse to slip away.
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Matra or the Core of 30?
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Why don't we head over to the Academia and tell him Matra? Thanks a million, you two.
Not at all. It was coincidence on our part as well.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremites' reputation is gonna get even worse if these scumbags succeed. But this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here, so we're leaving this in your hands.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
Paimon's noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? 'Cause Paimon's starting to think that there's more than meets the eye here, too.
Yeah, like that weird ghost or, like, vision illusion thing we saw.
But thinking like this isn't doing anything. Let's just go find Amatra.
Sino, my bro. I need to use your connections. After I steal this fruit. Cabbage. Alright. So far away. How's Baiju? Do you like playing him? I do. I think I'm gonna like him even more once I actually get the his talents up. Right now I got his skill to 8, and that helped quite a bit. I'm still not... I don't think I'm quite used to his kit yet. I might have to do some studying.
Isn't that the Matra we investigated Siraj with? Arav, wasn't it? Let's go talk to him.
Hello, both. It's been a while. Do you have any issues to report?
Hello, both. That's such a
Someone's
weird...
planning to kidnap Sachin. Goodness. Though I suppose it's not all that surprising. The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation boost as its sponsor. He's seen as one of these super rich types.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now, shouldn't you send some people to protect him?
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work. and hardly ever comes back to Sumeru City. No one has been able to contact him. Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Inter-Darshan Championship is held, I will be watching from close by to choose a suitable person to inherit my estate.
Huh.
Assuming he remains committed to that promise, then he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the Eremites in question must have heard about that as well, and decided to come here and try their luck.
So they shouldn't know where Sachin is either, right?
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino is still on vacation, so I'll handle this. Don't you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumeru City these days. I have my ways of forcing them out into the open. All of that said, if you're interested in Sachin's story, why don't you try tracking him down as well? The sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you could task all the Matra and the whole Corps of 30 with someone's protection, but if the client doesn't show themselves, there's nothing we can do to help them.
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him too, but where should we start?
Did the Matra have any information at all on Sachin?
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have a very detailed file on him. I've heard that Alhaitham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being the scribe again. Maybe it's worth checking to see if he knows anything.
Alhaitham finally got free, huh?
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the extravaganza venue and see if we can find him.
I wonder what it would take to create one of these lamps. They're so huge. It's gotta be like 20 feet tall, right? Oh, no, not 20. Probably more like 12. If we assume Baiju's like 6 feet, then it's like 2 of him. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go to the main venue and find Alhaitham. Oh, hey. Nilo.
Hey, Nilu! Have you seen Alhaitham anywhere?
Alhaitham? Why, what is it?
We're trying to track down someone and we need him to pull up some records for us.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I don't know where he went. He's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells anyone where he'll be going.
Huh. Yeah, actually, that sounds about right for him.
Let me think. To be honest, he doesn't seem very interested in the extravaganza, so he probably doesn't stick around longer than he has to. To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of any places he'd go after work?
A tavern?
There's still one more round to go. Would he really go to a tavern in the middle of the competition?
Oh, here's a thought. Maybe he just went straight home. Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far from here, so we might as well check it out.
Alhaitham can't escape from us. We know where he lives.
Let's try knocking. No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello? Alhaitham? Are you in? We need your help with something.
Oh, it's you two?
Oh, Kaveh, you're home.
Come on in. I'll get the door for you.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Alhaitham, and I opened the door for them without thinking, before long the whole city would know that I'm living here.
You're pretty conscientious anxious about this, huh? So, what happens if someone comes inside looking for him while you're at home?
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him? Most people have better things to do.
Fair enough. So do you know where he is at the moment?
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house.
Oh my gosh, look at that expression. He's like lover's spat. You guys have a quarrel or something?
I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. My luck's on the rise. But him, being him... Oh, you wouldn't believe what he said after I was done talking! You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title of upperclassman now? And he didn't stop there. He said, I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that does sound like something Alhaitham would say.
I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way to infuriate me every single time. Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing his own cleaning and tidying from now on. See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't utterly devoid of artistic sensibility already, it certainly will be after today.
I don't believe he's gonna move out.
Wait, you're moving out already? But the competition isn't even over yet. How can you afford it?
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. It'll take me 3 days tops to move out of here for good. I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal. No matter what happens in the third round, I will win. I will emerge triumphant. You'll see.
You just know that they hate snuggle each other after fights.
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But are you sure you'll be alright?
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious personality flaws too.
Oh, we didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned Faruzan down when she offered to give you her points. Plus, you took it upon yourself to help those desert foxes.
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict in that?
Why would you feel guilty?
Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in my nature. Plus, if I just did nothing, then there'd be no escaping the blame if something bad came of it later down the line.
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping out, you put yourself at risk. Fainting in the middle of the desert, for example. Was that really worth it?
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. What was it you needed Alhaitham's help with, anyway?
We'd like him to help us look into Sachin.
Sachin? Huh. He did actually mention a Sachin recently. I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested that I should take a look, but I didn't. Give me a moment. Let me go find them. Ah, this is the one. Here, take it.
You sure he'd be okay with this?
With taking liberties? He's certainly okay with helping himself to my beer whenever he pleases. And anyway, he did ask me if I wanted to read his notes. I didn't see the point at the time, so he just left them on the side. He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay with other people reading them. It's fine, I promise.
Cool, if you say so. Okay, let's see what he's got on Sachin.
Alright. Sachin was born into a wealthy family, and his father, Rajput, was a renowned merchant in Sumeru, with many properties to his name. At the age of 9, Sachin enrolled into Vahumana and achieved excellent grades. At the age of 15, he completed all of his courses and graduated first in class, his accomplishments greatly lauded by the sages. At the age of 16, Sachin ventured out and began to research the local environment and customs. His travels took him throughout Sumeru's rainforests and deserts. When Sachin was 23 years old, his father, Rajput, passed away. Sachin returned to Sumeru City to take over his father's business and spent 2 years here. At the age of 25, Sachin once again wandered into the desert to conduct field research. Records show that he traveled with a caravan and lived in Aru village for a period of time. At the age of 32, Sachin returned to Sumeru City. Oh, it's like 7 years. He looked withered and weary, his mental state in shambles. Much speculation arose amongst outsiders, but Sachin locked himself in his room and did not respond. At the age of 33, Sachin entrusted all of his properties to the academia and pledged to donate all proceeds to the academia. He then wrote a contract regarding the use of the proceeds and property ownership. The following is an excerpt quoted from Sachin when the contract was signed. A minimum of 30% of all revenue generated from the business will be used to fund prizes for the Interdarshan Championship, which will encourage young prodigies to actively participate in the competition. I will also be donating my entire collection, the most prominent item of which, the Diadem of Knowledge, will serve as a symbol of great honor in the Interdarshan Championship. Only the winner of the competition may wear it. In addition, the Academia is only given the right to maintain and manage my properties. Ownership of them does not belong to the Academia, nor does it belong to me. Each year, when the Interdarshan Championship is held, I will keep a close eye on each candidate. If I particularly identify with a participant, I will reveal myself. I will then bequeath all of my wealth to this individual, whom I judge worthy of my acknowledgement. They will have the usage rights to all assets and proceeds under my name. I hope the Academia will respect any and all decisions made by that person. After the contract came into effect, Sachin returned to the desert to continue his investigations, but there's been no word from him since then. Many claim to have seen him in the desert, and none of such claims have been verified. 20 years have passed since then. So he should be like 50s?
That was a lot of information. My mind's getting a headache. So, to sum up, Sachin put the academia in charge of managing his estate and went off to do research, right? He even said that if he really liked one of the contestants, he wouldn't just give them a reward, but his entire estate as well. Oh, that must be worth heaps and heaps of mora.
What? Are you serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I'd be able to pay off all my debts, then buy a new place, and still have cash to burn. I could build another Palace of Alcazar's Array, except this time, I'd make it 10 times bigger.
This is how he's got to get into even more debt.
Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation. To do it properly would take upwards of...
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting way ahead of yourself there, mister!
You're right. First, I need to focus on winning and moving out of this place.
Huh? Wait a moment. There's a loose slip of paper tucked in between these pages. Did Alhaitham write this? It looks like he was jotting ideas down as he was thinking things over. Let's see. Two phrases have been circled. Sachin, dead or alive, unknown. And Diadem of Knowledge.
I bet Sachin was the vision we saw.
Some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible. Is this written in some other language?
Let me see. Huh. I recognize this script. Give me a second. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100% accurate. There's another smaller line of text underneath. Why would he bring that up?
Wow, it's so cool that you can actually read this script!
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins of King Deshret's Civilization. I had to familiarize myself a little with this script at the time.
Oh, interesting. So, any idea what Alhaitham meant by all this?
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great mysteries of the world.
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here.
Let's hope Arav's made some progress.
Yeah, he better catch those crooks. But until then, let's just head out for a stroll.
Alright. Did I miss the 10 pull? Nope, I haven't done it yet. I actually don't know that I have enough primos yet. Yeah, I need 20 more. So I'll get it after I finish this stuff. Let's see. This one I already did. So looks like I need to do this quest. And that'll give me 30. So this quest will give me enough. Although I also need to do this one. So I'll do this one first and then I'll finish it. Alright, where are we gonna go? Honestly... Wait, where am I? Yeah, this is fine. I'll be doing my 10 pull after I get those primos. Are you liking Baiju so far? I'm considering pulling for him. Yeah, I like him so far. I think I might need to do a little bit more research on how to use him. Since for me it wasn't super intuitive. But he heals a lot. Like, he is legit a really good healer. I've been waiting 3 years, and it's finally paying off. That incident from 20 years ago? Why the sudden question? Did you hear any particular information?
We heard that the diadem seems to have been lost 20 years ago, and some contestants' personality has changed.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Reachus, is there something you're not telling us?
Not exactly. I was 5 years old when it happened. How could I know? But there are things I've never told anyone. I'm actually a part of the Academia Extravaganza's planning committee, because of the influence of the senior colleague. That senior colleague and I met on a trip. He was a bit timid and would always flee and cower somewhere at the first sign of an emergency. One day, 4 years ago, I said to him, I want to go back to the Academia. The Academia Extravaganza is about to begin.
And then?
Upon mentioning the Academia Extravaganza, he got startled and said something about, it has nothing to do with me. When I said goodbye to him, he insisted on getting a drink with me. After several drinks, he started talking all sorts of nonsense. I had too many, and in my drunken stupor, I didn't really hear him that well. I only remember that he said that he lost the Diadem of Knowledge for a while. He was in charge of the distribution and recovery of the Diadem of Knowledge, and that he nearly had a heart attack upon realizing the diadem was missing. Fortunately, he finally found it in a tree hole.
Like the one we saw before.
Yeah, he said the Diadem of Knowledge is a very valuable treasure, which is recorded in many ancient books. Legend has it that it was built by a famous craftsman in ancient times, and carries a secret that no one knows. Sachin had entrusted the Academia to safeguard the diadem, after all. If my senior was responsible for the diadem's disappearance, he could not afford to pay for it with his meager wealth. Even if the loss was temporary, no one should know of it, lest the Academia find him guilty of gross negligence.
So he covered it up?
Yeah. It seems like he also said that too many people came to inquire about it, including children, but he said that the diadem had never been lost. But he was so scared that when things blew over, he quit his job and left the academia. I drank too much that night, and when I woke up the next day, he was gone. The more I thought about it, the more I had a bad feeling that issues would crop up in the academia extravaganza if entrusted to someone like him. I didn't have a job at the time, so I joined the academia extravaganza planning committee. I tried to investigate things on the inside too, but I couldn't find anything. And the diadem was found, and the man whose personality was said to have changed was dead, and there was nothing to be found. Still, 20 years is still a long time. Long enough that the people involved from the beginning no longer remember or care. That's all I know. If you're curious, keep investigating and maybe one day you'll discover the truth.
That's easy for you to say. We don't have much to go on. Do you have any more information? Like where the senior colleague went?
I haven't heard from him. Later, I also went to the desert to look for him, but in the vast desert, it was almost impossible to run into him. To make up for it, I do have some information on Sachin. Would you like to hear it?
Sure. Tell us.
Hello, Loki. When I was traveling, I did so with an Eremite commander. While we were chatting, he said he came into possession of an article written by an academia researcher. He seemed to think it was something precious and refused to show it to anyone, only to let me peek at it at my request. I only caught a glimpse of it, but I saw it was signed by Sachin. I didn't know who Sachin was, nor did I care. After joining the Academia Extravaganza Planning Committee, I found out he was an important member of the Vahumana Darshan who sponsored the event. If you're interested, you can find the Eremite commander in the desert. He is usually in the Valley of Dari.
Information related to Sachin. Alright, let's take a look.
Alright, time to ask the mercenary about Sachin's article. Alright. Oh, hey, he's right here. That was easy. What do you want?
Whoa, this guy looks real fierce.
Either say your piece or leave. I have no time for you.
Actually, we heard you have Sachin's article on you, so we were wondering if we could have a look.
Are you kidding me?
No, why would you ask that?
Seems like you guys really don't know. Some time ago, I had the article appraised. Turns out, it's nothing more than a personal travel journey and is of little value. He hired my father to keep him safe. That Sachin fellow would often walk, ask, write, and mumble. There was one time his papers were blown away by the wind. He said it was no big deal. My father, however, thought that things written by intellectuals must be valuable, so he looked around for them at night with a torch. None among my family can read. My father cherished the article and then passed it on to me. I had no idea it was completely worthless.
Sounds unfortunate, but do you still have it?
Yeah, you want to have a look? You can look at it as much as you want. Since it's not worth anything, there's no need for me to be stingy. Alright. Once the gods reigned supreme. All life flocked to them like sheep seeking shepherds, and all those who suffered did so in silence. Now, divine power has dwindled while human wisdom has blossomed. However, those who suffer face suffering still. There is a saying in Liwa that goes, "Life is like lodging at an inn, and in Inazuma, all things are but void." It hurts every time I read these words. I tried to seek the reason for this. The wheel of time turns, and the only constant throughout Sumeru's history is human nature. Since arriving in the desert, I've conducted a total of 64 experiments over the course of 7 years. Men are like prisoners or captured animals, feeding on each other's happiness until one is doomed to eternal torment. Therefore, where there is a gain, there must be a loss. Where there is happiness, there is agony. Everyone is a victim, but everyone is also a perpetrator. Greed and numbness reside inside the heart of humanity. Driven by greed, humans choose to commit evil, and numbness is why they turn a blind eye to the evil of others. But if this is what the world is, what is then the meaning of the world? The future is to the present as the present is to the past. Peace was never an option. Conflict is the eternal truth. Everything, from my knowledge, my wisdom, to my life, is but nothingness. Well, that's depressing.
So, this is the article that Sachin wrote? To be honest, Paimon can't make any sense of it. But, judging from the crummy handwriting, Paimon can't say exactly why, but Paimon has a feeling he's gone through a tough time. Well, we're done reading it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's not worth any money, but I'm gonna keep it anyway. After all, my father entrusted it to me. Come to see me again if you want to look at it again. When you find out the family heirloom is useless. Alright, time to go back and speak with Dory, I guess. This is such a wild goose chase, if I'm being honest. But I gotta do it so I can do that 10 pole.
What lovely weather. Which reminds me, we just received a batch of herbs.
Don't worry.
It's time again for the information sale for from Lord Sangima Bay. Would you two also like to purchase the latest reports? Let me see. This information isn't that important, so it'll go for only 500,000 Mora. It's half the usual price. What a bargain.
Mind giving it to me for free?
Whoa, you want to bring it down to 0 Mora? Just as I expected.
I don't know why we're so cheap when we have so much money. I guess it's because we're a sugar daddy to the entire Genshin cast.
But I am the great Lord Sangama Bay. Well, since you're so interested, I'll tell you for free, but you must keep it to yourselves. I heard that 20 years ago there was a contestant whose personality suddenly changed after taking part in the competition. Well, it looks like someone saw him in Aru Village. I wonder where he ended up. That's all the information you're getting for free. If you want to hear more, you gotta pay 2 million Mara. I appreciate your patronage. What a ripoff. We can just go to Aru Village ourselves and ask around.
So much legwork. Alright. Going down. Lol, I never thought about that. Traveler truly is a sugar daddy, right? Because he's paying for everybody. There you are.
"20 years ago, a young man did appear here. Back then, life was much harder than it is now. Poverty, disease, ignorance, they tormented us constantly. That young man, clearly from the academia with a bright future, was nonetheless willing to come here and help us. He taught us how to deal with Weenut and monsters. He bought us a lot of medicine with money from his own pocket, and took care of the ill all by himself. He sounds like a great guy." "Yeah, too bad the good die young. He was always frowning, and no one knew what he was worried about. Everyone was wondering if he was going to leave us. The place did not have the means to properly host him. Still, many said he was a bit crazy to begin with. For example, he would sometimes tell children a story about how, as a child, he taught a strange creature to write.
Oh.
Later, he would often leave the village and explore the desert. Once I asked him what he was looking for, and he said he wanted to talk to someone from Naga something group. Later on, I heard that he died in the quicksand. It said he encountered a caravan trapped in quicksand on his way to investigate something. He saved many people, but he himself was unable to get out in time."
Hello, Loki. Welcome back once again. Why don't you sit down so I can see my screen? Please.
At the time, there was still a half-finished letter addressed to his child at home. After he died, my son took that letter with him Thinking about delivering it someday. Is that unfinished letter still here? No, it's not here. To live a better life, my son became a mercenary. He was killed in a scuffle a few years ago and his belongings were taken. Many years have passed in the blink of an eye. I wonder how this child turned out and if they hold a grudge against him. Not many people know these things anymore. I'm getting old. Perhaps I'll forget these things soon, too. Huh. Well... should do this one. Loki purrs hello. Alright. Let's finish up this quest. Where does it want me to go? Wait until the following day at 7 a.m. Alright.
Swallow.
Good enough. Alright.
I heard that the Matra have arrested some Eremites who snuck into the city. Maybe they were the ones plotting to kidnap Sachin. Let's go to the Academia and check with Araf.
Alright. Time to look into things. Curses. I got the yes and no buttons mixed up again. Star Rail, why have you done this to me? My muscle memory is so bad. Alright. What you got, my dude? Give me the deets.
You're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father? What's up with that?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up. Would you like to come along?
Oh, yeah, because Sachin is super rich, and he's not leaving his money to his kid. He's trying to leave it with, one of the champions of the extravaganza. You know, in real life, whenever, like, somebody's gotten murdered or something by their family, it's, like, pretty often about insurance money and inheritance and stuff like that. Oof.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Alright. Go to the kidnappers' camp. Oh hey, everybody's already dead.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
What is...
Positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
I don't understand why a puddle is creating waves.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
Al-Haytham and Scaramouche, I guess.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Giovanni, Sachin's son. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the Academia for further interrogation.
Hey, sweetheart. You mind changing the AC to cool? Oh, thank you.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
I'm doing the last bit of this event.
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired. That's my inheritance, by rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't give me what's mine,
could probably
I'll just have to
do
take it
this
from him.
to 11 pretty easily.
Alright, well, I'll try it out.
Now that you have healers.
I know, right? I feel so blessed. Not only one healer, but 2 healers. Yeah, this is the thing about inheritance rights. People feel, like, super entitled to them, but legally, like, your stuff goes to whoever you choose. It doesn't necessarily have to be given to your children or spouse. Like, a lot of people just donate it all or other such nonsense.
Of course. Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius.
So did you find him?
No. The old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly capable of.
What do you know about the Diadem of Knowledge?
Diadem of Knowledge? You mean that thing he donated to the Academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room. Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research and didn't return for many years.
Yeah, so he just abandoned his kid, basically.
When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the Academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
I mean, understandable, honestly.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for providing us with the critical information.
Yeah, he got a full confession right in front of Amatra, so that wasn't very smart of him.
Do you still have any lingering concerns?
The Diadem of Knowledge.
Yeah, Al-Haytham's notes do mention that item.
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
I want to know who the new Grand Sage is.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on.
Go to the main venue and find a staff member. Hey ho, let's go!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now?
Some new information has come to light.
This is pretty serious. Let me think. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before the third round began. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Ima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time.
We gotta give it a shot. I've got teleporters.
I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately. Let's hope nothing happens.
Alright, let's go! That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
We're not even in the forest. What do you mean? Alright, this way? Oh, about where I met that old man. These events are melting my hands. Also, hi! I know, me too. I'm like, dang. Y'all are making me run around everywhere. How you doing today, Che?
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Alright. Over here, is it? Yeah, I'm trying to finish this up so that I can do another 10 pull on Baiju. I must get C2. Doesn't look like it's here. I'm doing good, but preparing...
Looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
Oh, wow. This is getting intense. Oh.
That guy enters the fray.
This is actually quite exciting. Sino's gonna get that collectible card.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
Preparing for university. Ooh, good luck. Yeah, Farzan getting angry was pretty fun. Hope that thing doesn't break.
Throwing the diadem to its owner.
Oh, dang. Something is wrong with it.
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Oh, this is sus.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
Is he trying to take over his body?
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
The fuck is going on? Alright, no matter what happens, I believe Kaveh is not gonna end up rich.
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research.
He is definitely not going to, because, like, both he and Alhaitham have idols about the keys, and they wouldn't do something in the story that just invalidates his idol, right?
Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he. More cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. It is you who are worthy to inherit all that I once owned.
Who told you the spoiler about him not going rich? No, that's just my guess, because, like I said, the idol animations are all about how Kaveh and Alhaitham lived together, and if he moved out, it would just kind of invalidate those things, so I just don't believe that he's going to end up rich.
We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdashon Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the creme of the creme. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me? Similar to you?
Only Traveler is allowed to be rich, right? Everybody else gotta stay poor so that we can be their sugar daddy.
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources. Robbing of merchant caravans. Exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different world from the one I knew. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Darshan.
Ooh, I haven't heard of them before.
But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. This is the inexorable truth. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. Things can only ever go from bad to worse.
That's a pretty big face heel turn there, my dude. Like, the entire world is not necessarily in a constantly degrading nature. Like, even if you study history, it goes in waves. We make progress, sometimes it slips back, but it goes back and forth. It's not only omnidirection or unidirectional.
After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so, I decided to bring my life to an end. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the Academia manage my estate.
As I thought, the contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. You may regard this as the very last experiment of them all. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the worthiest of individuals, my hope was that one day, I would find one who could untangle the mystery of human nature once and for all, and help to move the world onto a better path.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Part of my investigation into human nature. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure-seeking, my research will have progressed. I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history. And I lament the research that I failed to complete. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not.
I don't know, Kave's imposter syndrome is pretty...
Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
He just broke the damn thing. Understandable, though. Kaveh has been pushed to the edge this whole time.
I guess that'll be the end of that.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Inter-Darshan Championship. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I, we're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his research for him. But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow in our footsteps. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now.
Technically, Kave's still rich now. I mean, I guess, but not really though, because he still can't afford to move out.
We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that responsibility. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise.
He's just not running enough ley lines, right?
Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony. Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out.
Alright. He broke the crown, but he still remains king.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan Championship to a close.
Huzzah! There's like nobody here.
Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh, to the stage to receive his award. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much, Mora. And he gave it all up?
Alright, but that's actually a very wise decision. Like, if you ever look into people who won the lottery, like, besides the fact that taxes will usually take most of it, almost everyone who's ever won the lottery ends up with their life destroyed because of it.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself, are curious to learn why you decided to give all this wealth away.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Not him, and not me either. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card.
Look at Sino. He's just like, the card.
Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project proposals, forget it.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big round of applause.
I thought this was really popular
I
event.
don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough for me to live in luxury for my entire life.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole Wisdom Gala to explore.
They should make ley lines IRL. Yeah.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this one was just so tiring.
Honestly, ley lines come with a lot of downsides too, though. Like, the whole thing where they copy all information and that monsters constantly show up around them.
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all, but whatever else happened, you're the champion, you know? Don't you think you should be proud of that?
That said, all of those books and comics about, it's like a Korean genre of, that takes, like, Adventurers Guild and dungeon type stuff from fantasy, and then merges it with the modern world, with, like, gates and stuff. I really do like those, and they always have, like, rankings. I'm reading the I Stole the #1 Ranker's Soul right now, and it's pretty good.
I suppose... Oh, wait. Sino said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it, right here.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of more off it.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you pass it on to him for me when you next see him?
Whoa! This is a super big deal. You should do it yourself. Come on, let's go find Sino.
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
Alright, let's find Sino. Well, he's not far away.
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue. What brings you here?
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation card, and I figured you'd have more use for it than I.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
Oh my gosh, you can hear it in his voice. Sino is so excited.
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me what's wrong and I will help.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you. How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time we played.
Hey, Hyun. How you doing today?
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this. But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kave, come with me in a few moments to collect the Mora. Thanks to you, I have achieved my goal for participating in this tournament.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
How much debt is he in? Where he gets 1,000,000 Mora and he's just like, well, I guess I'll be able to keep on top of my bills.
This is what they call all's well that ends well. Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing. Let's go check in with them, shall we? Since we're guest commentators and all.
Oh yeah. Apparently people said if you have Nahida and you can read people's minds, it's really interesting. I want to see what they say. So Korachun, you'll have to do that for me later. When you do the event yourself. Because I want to know. Where am I going? That's not that far away. I see you at the third one. Yes, I'm at the last one. I am just talking to the other people. I guess that's the last thing I gotta do. And then I'm gonna do another 10 roll, since finishing this will give me my Primo Gems. Wait, why am I getting further away? Where do I go? Is it down here? Okay, it looks like it's down here. Gotta go to the bazaar. Oh-ho!
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, my fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
You have 2 streams today, Hyun? Which games are you playing?
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farzan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are you all up to?
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farazan here is pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to give us some help.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. We can purchase some textiles and make the clothes ourselves.
Ah. I haven't done the Baiju story quest yet. But I remember you were gonna start Star Rail. That's nice.
Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green leaves.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would wear.
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Wait. Madame Farzan's right. That style is a classic, and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options too. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it to Sumeru City. Also, I know a few places where I can get a great bargain.
I thought that you'd done the Baiju quest. No, I triggered the start of it accidentally while I was doing a different quest, but I haven't finished it quite yet.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth of today are into.
Madame Farazan? Come quick, she's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia.
We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have any classes we could sign up for?
Of course I do. And you're both very welcome to join.
That's great! We can't wait. What's your area of research? Precision mechanics?
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing the Haravatat Darshan in the championship.
Which one is Haravatat again? Is that linguistics?
Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be there.
Also, I can only stream it for an hour and a half since I'll be heading out. Oh, that's fair. I'm also just streaming for a bit today. Then probably taking a break, because I've honestly been doing too much. My body is a bit upset at me.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I'll drop in for a bit if I'm still awake when you're streaming, though.
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan, and I'd like to learn from you for a while, if possible. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-Darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange. But I look forward to learning from you.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the best teaching available.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further. See you in class.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations, I think.
Okay, it's same time, though. Oh, what we talked about later. Yeah, I'm definitely might be asleep by then, but who knows? When I wake up, maybe you'll still be streaming.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out some clothes?
I've been waking up a little bit early these days. Not today, though.
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants before then. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy or Layla?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her. Are you gonna go and see what she's up to?
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel about that. Let's go take a peek.
Yeah, I'm sure that we'll overlap on other days, even if it's not today.
If you don't come to Sumeru City often, classic floral designs aren't a bad choice. Those don't really go out of style.
By the way, since you can't watch the Star Rail stream...
And of course, since you're putting this on your body, you need to consider the type of fabric the clothes are made from. Some materials might look stunning, but they can be terribly uncomfortable to wear.
A Star Rail spoiler?
Agreed. After all, is fashion not the constant phasing in and out of classics? In that sense, you could always consider the style I suggested too.
Wait, sorry, ma'am, but I think it could be quite a while before the style you recommended comes back into fashion.
I actually think the style recommended by Madame Farazan is quite beautiful.
Isn't it just? You have a discerning eye, my dear.
Alright. I'll be picking a girl character and her name will be Athena LD. Nice! Which 5-star are you hoping to get? Athena is a cool name. Definitely one of my top favorite Greek gods. Not sure, so only one way to find out. That's fair. Man, y'all making me climb so many ramps.
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the third round.
Oh, stop it! If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck, it's not like any of us had the guts to enter the championship.
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the competition.
I just got lucky, I think.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazing, all of you. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a genuine genius.
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the second round, for instance, I dozed off and somehow found myself beside the device when I came to.
Yeah, I hope you good luck too, Hyun. And oh, the stream I did 2 days ago, I included the event story in part 2 and 3. Oh, nice.
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided we're taking you out to celebrate, and that's final.
I split this event up into like 3 days.
Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about you.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. This is great. We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition. Oh well, it's almost mealtime. We'd better go meet up with Kaveh and Sino now.
These are such nice faces. Never really been much of a fan about decorative vases, but they seem good. Ooh, eating on the second floor, are we? That's why it was nearly a 4-hour stream that time. That makes sense.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farzan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though. Who knows where he's gone?
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace.
Alhaitham and Wanderer were definitely working together because they thought something sus was going on with that crown.
That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still have questions about that note he left. Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now, let's eat.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly, like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably better off without it.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the mantra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that wouldn't have been your style. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I like to hang out with Hyun's, streams too. You'll have fun with it, Ray.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor their wishes.
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
God damn it, Sino.
That was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the championship?
I did, in the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so on. Now, a record number of people have signed up to attend the next lecture. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along, maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture, or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's still hungry.
I'm full. Thanks. Paimon's super full, too. If only we could eat like this every day.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too. This is a good restaurant. Let's definitely come here again.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
I try to watch as much as I can, but sometimes my son takes my phone away. That's why sometimes I disappear out of nowhere. No worries, Ray. Kids can be like that.
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of Genius Invocation TCG?
He wants to use his new card.
Eager to show off your new limited edition card, are you?
Not to show off. This is my way of thanking you for your help. Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this card's debut play.
All right, sure. I didn't bring my deck with me, though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days back.
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Alright, so I'm assuming we're gonna run into Alhaitham and Wanderer at some point. That's not a door. Oh, that is a door. If I get on my PC, he climbs on the chair and starts hitting my keyboard. Oh no!
Well, it looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Have you still got anything else on your mind? Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with but Kaveh smashed the diadem of knowledge before he could finish. It might be dangerous dangerous if someone finds his old research stash, right? Where do you think it could be?
Aru Village?
Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all that time researching in the desert, didn't he? So it's very possible that that's where he'd leave all his notes. Alright then, let's head off to Aru Village and try our luck!
I'm assuming by climb on the chair, it's that the kid is, climbs onto the chair in front of the computer in order to access the computer. I knew I'd run into you here.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, by the way, Hyun, did you use the mind reading ability on your last stream at the end of the competition?
Oh, hey them. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Oh, nice. I definitely need to look back on that.
Wait, so you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was.
Yeah, I can see how that would make watching hard, Ray.
Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
How old is your kid, by the way?
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
He'll be 2 years old in August. Oh, nice.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that's true?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead.
Having a terrible headache. It's 1:15 a.m. Oh no, maybe you've been staying up too late. I sometimes get headaches when I'm staying up too late.
All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds them. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates.
Probably. Oh well, gotta do commissions and head to bed. Have fun and take care, everyone. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Chai. Kids are like that. It's funny, though. Yeah?
Alright then. I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Yeah, feel better, Chai.
Get together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, seems like he really wasn't affected by this research.
I'm not surprised. Alhatham's a pretty level-headed guy.
He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be?
Wanderer? Yup.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and Hat Guy.
I still can't believe he's being known as Hat Guy. Like, oh my gosh.
Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Not really.
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, why didn't you switch it out for another one? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these materials are a result of that. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but I didn't want to wipe away all his hard work searching for the truth. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Oh, but you were fine with it before, Hat Guy. And since we only said Wanderer and didn't say Nahida. Yeah, but, I mean, I feel like that's implied, though, because, Nahida put him in charge of community service at the last quest, so...
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle...
Oh no.
Or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin...
What? Why?
...up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
Why is it doing this? I don't approve.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
How is he gonna learn how to interact with people when he just avoids them the whole time?
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve of his research? Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom borer. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom borer's back, and they conclude that the shroom borer is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom borer's body, and they declare that the shroom borer is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom borer is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom borer. Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. All of us are somewhere on the path toward truth. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism or a call to action. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place where it can find its purpose.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop them. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Oh, right, Vahumana is politics. I forgot.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again. You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
All right. Does that mean I got my rewards? What is this? Kaveh mentioned that he would be going to the academia for some alone time. Well, I guess I have to do that one too. But let's see if I have the primos. I do. All right. Time for the 10 pull. Let's see. Well, maybe I should wait a little bit for Ray, because Ray is popping in and out. And, they didn't want to miss the 10 pool. Let's see. Oh, hey.
20 years ago, the Academia had just received Sachin's estate. To celebrate the huge investment, the Academia extravaganza that year was grander than usual. I was very young then, and I remember seeing posters for the Interdarshan Championship all over the city. I couldn't help but mention it to my father. I even told him that I really liked the look of the diadem. It was so unique.
You know, the Palace of Alcazarzaray kind of matches the diadems.
So he said, "Why don't I win it, so I can let you play with it for a few days?" That made me very happy, and I nodded enthusiastically. But to my surprise, he didn't win. And when he got back home, he seemed extremely depressed. Later, he left home, saying that he wanted to do some investigating in the desert. The quicksand got him not long after that.
Aww.
For many years, I couldn't face up to it at all. If I just kept my mouth shut, maybe none of it would have ever happened.
Wait, so the person we came across in our investigation, who went into the desert 20 years ago, it was...
Is that why Sachin thought I looked familiar? I can't believe it. My father was always too kind for his own good. Sachin's research would have saddened him greatly. He must have gone into the desert when he heard about it to find those who were still suffering. It all makes sense now. I've tried telling myself so many times over the years that maybe his sudden depression wasn't because he didn't win the competition. Maybe something else was going on that I wasn't aware of. But in the end, it all started with me mentioning the competition to him.
Oh, Kaveh.
Don't worry. I destroyed the diadem. There will never be another tragedy like this again. Never again.
Poor Kaveh. Alright. Time for the 10 pull. I'm not sure if Ray's back yet, but hopefully. Looks like the number went up. I have enough for one, and I'm at 45, so honestly I don't think I'm going to get it on this pull, but in any case, once I get to 55, the next one will get me to pity. Alright, purple it is. I still like the name of the debate club. Alright, so looks like I got a sacrificial sword. Alright, well, let's take a look at that. Let's see. Sacrificial sword. Oh, I got quite a few of these. So this one is fine. I need to combine these. Alright. What else do I... What is this? The Viridescent Hunt. Ah, right. That's Venti's, right? Yeah, okay. Refine that one. And let's see. Favonius Warbow. This one can be refined. And let's see. This one. I should be almost caught up. Okay, yep, sacrificial fragments. Yeesh. Got so many of these 4-star ones. The bell is such a good-looking weapon. Alright, so sacrificial... Dang, I've got 3 of these at max refinement now. I don't even know what to do with them all. I finally got the flute maxed out, so that's nice. I remember the flute was really good early game. That was the first one I used on Traveler. Alright, so this one's 5. Blah, blah, blah. Do I got all of the duplicates put away? Looks pretty good to me. Oh, I guess I could do this one. And this. Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright. And then if I look at my quests, I still have to do Baiju's story quest and whatever this is. And this one too. I'll do those on another day though. I've done a lot today. Well, thanks for joining me, y'all. Next time, we will again attempt Baiju C2. Have a good one. I am going to go rest now.